study. Dieters, listen to this, folks. Dieters who kept track of what they ate every day lost twice as much weight as those who kept no records at all. I can see that.
Yeah,
Makes
using a
sense to me.
journal. And when it comes to tracking your calorie intake, there is a new secret weapon, folks.
You might have heard of it.
The World Wide Web.
It's called digital dieting, and it doesn't mean using Photoshop to slim down a picture of yourself. It means using the internet and all its assets to slim down your assets. We're talking about web resources like food journals and online support groups. These days, going online to help shed weight is all the rage, and no one knows that better than Callie Lambeth.
At my highest weight, I was 230 pounds.
In just 12 months, she went from this to this. It all began a few years ago when Callie's weight had ballooned, which she says was partially a result of being a stay-at-home mom.
I mean, you know, 9-month-olds don't really talk all that much. And so I spent a lot of time by myself, and ice cream was my friend.
But after a lifetime of being overweight, she wanted a change and went online. She started looking up the calories in her favorite foods and was shocked by her daily intake, so she cut back. And then eventually took it up a notch, joining CalorieKing.com, a site that is part support group, part nutritional information site, and part online food journal.
And they do all of the math for you. All you have to do is log on once a day and tell it what you ate. I could count calories for free and still lose weight and never have to leave my home.
Her goal was simple: lose 1 to 2 pounds a week.
I went, wow, in a year, 52 weeks, I could be 100 pounds thinner.
And she almost did it. In 1 year, she lost 90 pounds. Now, this former couch potato is a marathon runner, and she says a better role model to her children.
The mom that they will remember when they are 30 years old is going to be the mom who goes out there and runs marathons. It's going to be the mom who wants to play tag with them and wants to go out there to the park and roll around in the grass.
And for that alone, to her, it's been worth it. Come on, congratulations, Cal.
Hey, Callie.
Yeah.
Hey, also with us, Yahoo Web Life Editor Heather Cabot. Callie, way to go.
You're running marathons?
Yes.
Like, we're like long marathons.
22 miles.
The whole way.
That's right.
Did you diet a lot before?
I pretended to. I would do it for about 24 hours and then found out I couldn't actually eat what I wanted to eat the day before.
So you went on this whole, look at this
Whoa.
picture.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. And this is, I mean, you say this is because of Calorie King?
That was actually, when I was doing research on the website, that was what made the most sense to me. I looked into a lot of different ways to count calories and to lose weight, and it was just very basic. They did everything for you. I mean,
tell us exactly what you have to do when you go on Calorie King.
Well, basically, you know, I'm gonna let Callie tell it because she's used it more.
when you sign on
more
as a
often.
new member, there's actually a profile you fill out, and they tell you how many calories to eat. And so they give you a bar at the top of the diary, and you enter in your banana, your food, whatever it is, and it takes food.
But if I say, okay, I had a chocolate chip cookie today, chocolate chip cookie, but like there are chocolate chip cookies that are like this
Size
big.
of your head.
I'd like that, and you know, but you're maybe supposed to eat this size. I mean, how do you know about portions, or how do they tell?
I personally use a food scale, and that's actually, Calorie King has a university, and they teach you all of those tips. And you measure out the portion size. I mean, that's the best way to do it when you're first starting out, because we don't know, and we're really bad about eyeballing it. And if you measure it out, I mean, now I can tell you what the normal size chocolate chip cookie is.
Why is it? Why is
the
this
normal size chocolate chip?
It's like 3 ounces. Well, okay, it's like that big or something.
But why is it so successful using this journal idea and a computer?
I think that it keeps you accountable. I think that, you know, in terms of what the study that came out over the summer, it showed that people really underestimate how much they're eating, and we overestimate how much activity and how many calories we're actually expending. And when you use the web, it's so easy. I mean, so many of us are online all the time, and so to have it right there at your fingertips, plus you get the support, and Callie can talk about this, you know, 24 hours a day.
But here's the thing. I used to do this. I used to write down in my journal, but I found that I was obsessing about, I got to write, you know, my cheeseburger today. I've got to write it down immediately. I mean, does it start to overtake you?
I think probably at the beginning a little bit, because I mean, anything that when you first started out and you're just learning about it, you do it a lot. But once you get used to it, you actually, it's not quite as obsessive compulsive as it is in the beginning. mostly because, like I said, you learn the calorie counts of certain foods, and you're able to, you know, change your portions and find substitutes for things.
Callie, help me. I hope it has this. If you're going out to a restaurant and you want to get, it's like exotic Indian food or something like that, would it tell me what, like, one of my favorite dishes is chana masala at an Indian restaurant. Would it tell me that specifically how many calories in that chana masala?
You can actually, yeah, you can type it into the database. It might not tell you that specific restaurant. I mean, you know, but you can usually find something fairly similar. And again, once you get used to what goes into food and things like that, you're able to kind of figure out on your own.
That's a big help.
Whether or not it's fried or baked or whatever it is, you're able to make healthier choices.
CalorieKing.com. Does it cost money to go on the site?
And
the site's actually free. The calorie database is free, but to use the tools that Callie has used, the food journaling, and to be part of the communities, you do have to pay a monthly fee.
Yeah, it's actually yearly.
Yearly.
Is it expensive?
I think it's $49 a year.
Are there free websites out there?
There are lots of them. There are so many. One that's great, in addition to Calorie King in terms of just free tools, is the Calorie Counter. It's kind of a no-frills website. Same thing, you can search, you know, food values. But the thing I like about Calorie King is that it's so much more extensive in terms of the types of foods you can find.
By the way, Heather knows of what she speaks. How much weight did you lose?
Oh my God, you're embarrassing me. I lost 70 pounds after I had my twins.
Wow.
And
how'd you do it?
I'm a big fan of Weight Watchers online. I use the online Weight Watchers version, mostly because as a mom, I don't have time to go to the meetings, and I really, you know, that just wasn't doing it for me. And to be able to log on and keep track of my food any time of day or night.
And be with a group. A group of people going through the same thing.
You're not all actually sitting in the room with you, but, you know.
Yeah, there is a community facet to it as well. I think Callie can also talk about in terms of her experience. She really got motivated by the community support on Calorie King.
We'll talk about that when we come back.
All right, when we come back, we're going to offer you some websites that offer creative ways to burn calories. And later, the identity of Spaghetti Cat. There is only one, and he belongs to us, Joel McHale. We're talking about a new trend in weight loss, digital dieting, basically using the internet to help shed those pounds, those pesky pounds.
Still with us from Yahoo, the web life editor there, Heather Cabot.
And Callie is still with us. She lost 90 pounds while digital dieting on something called Calorie King. Yeah.
That's one of our better before and afters, Callie. Nicely
she's an
done.
inspiration.
Well, she's a marathon.
Let's talk. Oh, I know. Let's talk more about other websites where we can go and digital diet.
Well, one thing website I think is really great is the Woman Activity Tracker, which is actually an initiative launched by the U.S. Health Department. And what you do is you go on and you can sign up to measure your steps per day. The whole idea is to get women to take at least 10,000 steps a day or 30 minutes of moderate exercise, and you can do it as a team, you can do it as an individual, and you can find out basically, you know, how many steps essentially that you're taking with any kind of activity you're doing. Vacuuming, what is that equivalent to? In my case, I looked at my spinning class, 17,000 steps. I was very excited. You know, so you can find out what the equivalent is and then log in, and it tracks your activity.
I like
over
that
the
one.
course
That's
of
free?
I like that a lot.
Totally free, yes.
How about like just sitting at my desk?
You can check that out sitting at the computer. Well, the Daily Plate, which is another great website.
That's, you know.
Well, there's a great website called the Daily Plate. It also has food journaling tools, etc. But the activity aspect of it, the database is so extensive. They even have a calorie counter for putting on makeup. Like how many calories you expend? 132 calories for a woman who's 145 pounds.
Now, what is she so skinny?
I know.
She's putting on makeup.
I wish I wore makeup.
No, it's really fun. That one in particular, you can find anything, ice fishing to ballroom dancing, how many calories you're expending.
One of the biggest problems, and ladies, please, is actually finding the proper diet for you. There's a website that helps you do this.
Well, there's a website I think that really, and a daily email that really helps motivate you. I think it's best to consult with your doctor to find the best diet for you, but once you do that, we all need motivation, right?
Yeah.
And I really like Hungry Girl, hungrygirl.com. She actually just came out with a best-selling cookbook. What Hungry Girl does, it's tips and tricks for hungry chicks. She's not a nutritionist. She's just a woman who
she's a hungry girl.
Hungry. And what she does is every day she sends out an email with great ideas about, you know, for example, what are the latest foods on the market that have 100 calories or less, or what shouldn't you order at TGI Fridays, or how can you make a healthier version of French fries or something.
Is Hungry Girl a girl? I mean, is it?
She's a real
person?
woman. She lives in California. Yeah, I've actually interviewed her before, actually, for my website, The Well Mom, and she's fabulous. And you get this email every single day, and it really is motivating. I love
have a
it.
little pal named Hungry Girl.
Yeah.
Steph, let's get her on our show.
You should.
She's a real human.
Yes, she is.
Okay, we'll get her on.
She is.
All right, websites that offer good recipes for people who are watching their weight.
And busy people. I think a great one is called thescramble.com.
All about eggs?
And it's actually about the chaos that most of us feel at 6 o'clock when we're trying to figure out what to make for dinner. And essentially what this site is you sign up, it's a yearly subscription, and every Wednesday she will send you a list of 5 dinners and the grocery list to go along with it.
Cool.
So all you do is print out the list, go to the store, and you've got your healthy meals, healthy dinners for the week.
Heather, we have 20 seconds. Again, I eat out every night. So help me with that.
HealthyDiningFinder.com. That's what you need.
That's a long
What does that do? What does it
What it does is you search, say, New York City, you put in your zip code, it tells you which restaurants in a whatever mile radius have the healthiest options on the menu and which things you should order.
Whole country has that?
Now, restaurants have to volunteer to be a part of it, but once they do, the caloric information is on there, all the nutritional information is on there.
That's a good one.
Heather,
It's a really good resource.
Thank you very much, darling.
You're
And
welcome.
If you missed any of these tidbits, you can go to the website, mjshow.com, and that will give you a link to all those websites.
Right. Coming up next.